All right. Got head coach Rick Barnes here. We'll jump right into questions. Again, please use the hand raise function and wait to be called on. We'll start with Grant Ramey.
Rick, that 7 minute stretch there to close the first half, was that as good as you've seen from Dalton? Obviously, he's played pretty well, but to score 20 out of 22 to end the half.
Yeah, Grant, that was pretty impressive. And, I thought his teammates started feeling it too, that he knew that he was in obviously a good rhythm, a good place, and him trying to really get him the ball and know that, that when he gets that look that he was going to go with it. But obviously we talked about it that last 4 minutes about really, we didn't close the half at Georgia very well and better job. One reason we didn't close it well at Georgia was we weren't very good offensively, which led to some not so good defensive possessions. But that was a good stretch for him, but it's also a good stretch for our team.
Mike.
Yeah, Rick, what did you like about what you got from JP? I mean, obviously it seemed like he went in because of fouls in the first half, but it seemed like he came back in the second half and really held his own.
I thought he looked like he belonged tonight, Mike. I thought his confidence looked good. And I think that happens when you're doing what you're supposed to do. I mean, he was really trying to work it, getting into his coverage with the ball screens and getting in a stance. And I think that when it goes back to preparation, doing your work, knowing that when you're called on, you're going to be ready. And we've talked about what we need from him. And if he'll keep building, he can help us every game. And he will play every game. He'll come back, practice well, Thursday, Friday, get ready for the game Saturday. And he gives us another big body and a guy that I'm telling you, the guy can score the basketball and got good hands. But I thought today his confidence, I thought he looked good. I thought he looked like he truly belonged out there. But I will go back. It was his preparation, getting ready for the game.
Wes.
Yeah, Rick, in terms of, scoring 85 points in the game where Zakai, I think, takes 2 shots from the field out there in 34 minutes, does that surprise you at all? Or is that just sort of just say what the number of options that are on this team and when he's facilitating things?
No, I'm not surprised because Zakai's all about winning, and I think there are teams that probably come in the game thinking we want to make Zakai do everything. And I think that what you said, there are more than just one option, and we still haven't got everybody playing at the level that we know we've seen them play at some point in time. It's a matter of continuing to put it together. But Zakai is all about, this team's about winning. Santi, Josiah, Jemiah, these older guys, they want a lot of it. They want to win, and they want to play well. There's no doubt about it. They want to play well. But I don't think any of them, to be honest with you, I was oblivious about Dalton getting close to 40 points, but they were trying to get it for him. And I actually looked at Coach.
He's muted now.
But his teammates were wanting him to get it.
Ben.
Rick, what'd you think of what you got from Jonas tonight and what allowed him to be successful and build off of those last 5 minutes at Georgia?
Well, I think anytime Jonas is aggressive, I think that's the key word. When he's aggressive and locked in, again, he's a major factor. And again, another double by him and Tobey, and they've got a really good front line. They've got 4 post players that they rely on and do a really good job. They're a really good offensive rebounding team, and they still had some success with that tonight. But Jonas, I think obviously guys are starting to understand each other, where they need the ball, when they need to get it, and Jonas, like we came out and started the second half and ran a little play to get him a little mid-range jumper. Again, it was really great execution. Santi did his job to go get him open, but it's guys looking out for each other, trying to help each other be successful, and if they play together, I think they know they can score points.
Rob.
Coach, going back to that North Carolina game, I remember the post game, you talking about Jonas and talking about the fact that, hey, we're going to have an inside game. We're going to have a presence in there. how much better is your team now, 6, 8 weeks later because of the steps that Jonas has been able to take?
Well, not only him, Robert, you go back a couple of weeks ago, Tobey was playing really well and, scoring the ball for us. And again, you can throw Dalton in the mix too, where, we kind of give him the ball off the block and let him do some things. But Jonas, I sat down with him maybe now 2 weeks ago and showed him all those players that we played against and showed his numbers against them and some other players in the country. I said, Jonas, I'm telling you, man, you're as good as these guys for certain. It may be better, but it's consistency, and you got to want to put these numbers up, man. But to do that, you're going to have to really work hard yourself to want the ball where you want it and get aggressive. And he's done that. Other than he didn't have a great night defensively at Mississippi State, but his length around the basket it's effective in a lot of ways, not only defensively but offensively as well.
Ryan,
How would you assess y'all's defensive performance tonight?
Well, as you know, they're an outstanding offensive team. They one of the fastest playing teams in the country. Transition defense was good for the most part. They got out in transition some off of our turnovers, but trying to keep them from those no pass paint touches or one pass threes. Obviously, trying to work hard on their ball screens, things like that, because they're as you know, a very explosive offensive team. But I thought overall defensively we were good. I started the second half not so good on our coverage to start the half, but overall, I mean, you hold a team to 29%. You're doing a good job.
David,
Rick, you were touching on all the players when you were asked about Zakai. I'm just kind of curious when Dalton goes off on a night like tonight, how are Santi and Josiah handling nights where they may only get like 3 or 4 shots? Because obviously they haven't been used to that throughout a lot of their careers. How have they kind of handled this when
I would tell you this: those two guys are two of the most unselfish people I've ever been around in my life. They don't care. They're happy for him. They get it, and believe me, they've embraced him because they want to win. And there's going to be nights where, as you know, they can go off too. I mean, you go back a couple of weeks ago, Josiah has been our most consistent player all year, including Dalton. I mean, Josiah was the one, and I just think once we get everybody going, and we've got an unselfish team, we really do. The young guys are understanding, I think, and hope they learn from you what that question would think. A lot of teams, like, players might be upset with that, but I can assure you that Santi and Joe, they're not, because they want him to do it, because they want to win. I mean, they're going to go out as some of the winningest players here at Tennessee, and but they are so unselfish, and but defensively, I think they've worked so hard to try to help Dalton. I mean, because they know that they want him on the court, but they also know late games you got to be able to do it on both ends. And you go back, I think a little bit of where Josiah's struggled lately is I think he played too many minutes, and that's my fault. And I can say the same with Santi, because honestly, those older guys, they're my comfort blanket, because I know they're going to guard. And but the job that those guys do, coaching these guys that are new to this, is phenomenal. But and I'm just telling you, they're so unselfish, and believe me, they're happy for them, and most of all, they're happy that we're winning.
last one's from Reese.
Coach, Jonas seemed to have that mid-range game going today. How have you seen his mid-range jumper develop in his time here at Tennessee?
Well, he does shoot the ball well. He's got soft hands, and when he gets his feet set, I mean, Jonas is one of those guys that we think when he gets a good look, is going to go in. And but it all goes back again, work. He's been really focused in practice, and I'll go back to every one of these guys. It's all about consistency. We're just getting started in the conference race here, and a lot of basketball left, but it's it goes back preparation, what you put into this game is what you're going to get out of it. And I think consistently that's what the guys that, again, they play well. You don't let up. You don't allow complacency to become a part of your mindset. Again, I always say you got to want more. There's always room for growth, and it's about getting better. And I think that Jonas has embraced that in a lot of different areas, not just, we want him to score obviously some with his back to the basket, but we also like his little face-up short mid-range game.
All right, Coach, thank you.
I just want to go on record and say that in my 9 years at Tennessee, first of all, I want to thank all the people that helped bring this together for us today. But I want to go on record saying this is the best looking press room I've ever seen. I mean, I've got people in here and they look good, but I just want you guys to know that. All right.
Thanks, Coach.
Well,
Well, it's probably
Well,
All right, we're gonna